G'day, welcome to Board Game Back. It's brought to you by Liberty Guild Gaming. Today we are doing another solo playthrough from Villainous. Can't quite see it, there it is. Hey Villainous! From the Worst Takes It All expansion. And our first villain is Prince John, and his objective is quite simple in terms of what it's asking. It's simply asking you to start your turn with at least 20 power. What makes this relatively difficult? There is heroes in here that will actually steal power from his pilot and place it onto the hero. And I've also got cards in here that encourages you to have heroes out on the realm, because you will collect coins because of it, by them having over here. I do have cards that will take him to jail, and I might just start placating them over here, so that way I can free up some locations for me. There we go, and let's play. Let's draw up my first 4 cards. There we go. And I'm using Sir Disney Lacuna Club's solo variant, where he uses a first round's free, and then you proceed through 10 rounds. You keep your fate token on the right hand side to remind you that each time you remove one of these power tokens, you perform a fate action. I can also fate my opponent over here, and that's simply just rolling a dice and see what happens if I'm able to actually fate that opponent or not. So my dice is just off to the side, so I'm playing in a much smaller space, so it's going to make it relatively difficult. So here we go, let's see how we go. I've got Suhis. So he, if Prince John is at Suhis' location, you may perform an action that's covered by a hero. This will make playing cards less in value. These 2 Rhino heroes are really buff, but they don't actually have any additional abilities. So let's start playing, and I am going to go over here and start collecting some power tokens. That's 1, 2, and 3, and I've got Rhino here, and I'm going to play this card as my very first card, and I'm going to play it here because I get a nice little 2 power over here. And there we have it. So that will cost me 1 coin, and I'll just place these down here, put these on top of each other, and I can also discard, and I will discard one of these Rhino heroes because 1 is plenty at this stage. So what are my next 2 cards? I've got Cowardice, which is a condition which plays the same way as a fate. So at the end of my turn, I'll see if I am able to fate my opponent, and I've got 2 of them. So at this point, I will use my dice and see if I want able to fate them. This one is a fail. However, this one is also a fail. So there we go. And now that's the end of my turn. I don't get to draw back to 4 when I play these things. However, I've got another turn before I start taking these power tokens away. So I'm going to go over here and gain another 2 power tokens. And I am actually going to put him over here. There we go. Excellent. No, I'm going to put him over here. So that's going to cost me... No, I'm going to put him here. It's going to cost me less. What am I doing? There we go. Is it items and allies? No, everything. All cards. Brilliant. So I can play a second card if I choose to, which I will. So I've got the coin over here, so that's 1, 2, and 3. I'll put them over here in the jail, just so that when I start moving heroes over here, if I do get those cards, then I've got some characters here that can vanquish them if I need to. So I've got archers, which allow you to actually vanquish opponents opposite you and also adjacent. The golden arrow, which allows you, when you do kill a hero, you get to gain 2 power. And this one over here, I've got Greed, which is another condition check. I am sorry for that glow. I can, oops, sorry. I can see it. It's just here. I'm not too sure what's causing it. There we go. Brilliant. That is certainly much better. There we go. So I've got my 1, 2, 3, and I need 1 more card because that Rhino hero is at that location. And I've got this one here. So, which is in effect, gain 1 power for every hero that's in that location. So I'm going to move these over here and remove around, And now I am going to go and... I didn't do very well on those conditions earlier, so I might try to get a... I need some more coin, actually, to be honest. So I just want to start building up some coin. 1, 2, and 3. And also, I did have a condition before, which I haven't actually played, so I'll see if I am successful on that. So there we go. And yes, brilliant. So I was successful. 1 out of 3. It's not very good 50-50 odds, is it? So, and I am over here. I've gained my 3. I can actually play a card, and I will. I'm going to play this archer here, which is going to cost me 2. And I don't necessarily want to discard any of these cards just yet, because I'm just about to get fated. So let's see if a hero comes out in my realm. And it does, Little John. And he actually takes 4 power. So here we've got 3 locations that he can go to. And one is a fate, and one's a discard, and one's an activate. So I roll the dice, so it's pretty much a 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9. And I see how I go, and I get a 4. So that is going right here. Cool. And that is the end of his turn. I now don't get 2 power by going over there. So I am going to... And nor do I want to vanquish him just yet. So I'm going to go over here. Gain 1 power. I get to discard any cards. Oh, I forgot to draw up 2 before. So let's have a look. I've got a warrant. And -1 strength. Ugh. He's great. His power is... Sorry, his power is actually 4, but anyone out of his location get a -1 strength. These warrant cards are great because what it does, it starts blocking certain areas, so the AI opponent will get less and less places to go to, because if they go here, I'm going to get power. So, excellent. I am going to go and play this card here. Because I want him gone. So that is a free action. And that's all I can do. And I'm also going to do a fate action. I see how I'm going to go with that. Great, that is a success. So that gets me another round token. So hopefully that I can keep going on a roll. And I've done that one. Do I want to discard any cards? No, not at this stage. Cool, draw a card. I can move a hero to the jail and get him away from there. Brilliant. So that's the end of that round. I'm going to go over here and get some more coin. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to go play this card here. That is going to cost me 2. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to do that. There we go. I'm going to move him. Oh, pay for the 2 first. Move him over here. Oh, I forgot to take that 4 before. Before I do that... Yeah, what did I do? I'll grab 3 there before. He needs to grab those. And then my new 3. So I'm going to pay 2 to play that card. To send him to jail. He keeps his tokens on him. And can I play another card? No. And do I want to discard at this stage? I do not. So now I'm going to get fated. So the game's going to pick up pretty quickly. And what do we have? We've got Toby. And Toby, when Toby is defeated, shuffle him back in the deck. Oh, that's fantastic. So let's see where he's going to go. He's certainly going to go here. So we've got odds and evens here. So let's see how we go when rolling these odds. And I've got an odd. There we go. Cool. I've got 3 cards. I forgot to draw back to 4 again. So let's see how we go. I would play that condition at the end of my turn. Let's see how I'm got. No, that is a fail on that part. So now I've got these 3 cards, and where do I want to go? I want to go over here, gain 2 more power. Good things are cheaper here. And gain 1 power for each hero in your location here. Yes, I'm going to play that. Gain another 2 power. There, and do I want to put this on a character? Oh, I could. When golden arrow is used, gain 2 power when you defeat an enemy. I might actually use that for him. And what's it say here specifically? Is it when I play at this location? If John is at this location, all cards cast reduce 1 power. Okay. Get that out of the way. I am going to go and play him, since it's only going to cost me 1. There we go. Excellent. And that is it of my turn up. I've only got one more card left. So I am now going to draw to 4. Oh, I can actually do a movement if I want to. 2, 3. Do I want to do a movement where I am? No. Oh, Prince John is at his location. You may perform one action that is covered by a hero. What do you have over here? Oh, discard. I'm just going to grab another coin. Keep that in mind. That is the end of my turn. And do I have any more conditions? No. I've got an imprison, which is fantastic. Bow and arrow. Gain 2 power each time a hero is played at a location. And the golden arrow, which is fantastic. Cool. End of that round there. I don't really want to send him to a jail just yet. But first let's move my cards, shall we? I'm going to go over here and gain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And I am going to go and play this card here. And and that is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to get rid of this. So I'm going to draw back to my hand. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Set a trap. Perfect. Set a trap is great because you can move an ally to any location and boom, vanquish him. Well, if you got the power. That's it for me. Now I get fated. Let's see how we go. Clever Disguise. When Clever Disguise is played, attach it to a hero. Well, I'm about to kill this guy, so yeah, makes sense for him to go here. Which is, yeah, I'm going to lose 2 power in order to beat him. And kind of nullifies my arrow. So that's the end of his turn. I am going to go with... First, let's move my character across. I'm going to go here and gain 2. I get to play 2 cards and move a character. So I am going to go and play bow and arrow, which costs me nothing from this location. And I'm also going to use this card here. You may move an ally to any location. Well, I'm going to, and then you may, and then vanquish him. Doesn't quite work, does it? No. So then I might as well just play this one here. That's going to cost me nothing. I'm going to put it here. Brilliant. And what I'm going to do too, to help you guys out so you guys can actually see how I'm playing. There's that. Can you guys see that? Yes, you can. Brilliant. There we go. So you can see the characters and what's going on. I'm going to draw back to 4. Got an effect here. Perform a vanquish action, but do not discard the used card. That is brilliant. And I've got Sheriff of Nottingham. So before Prince John moves, you may move Sheriff and gain 1 power if there are any heroes at this location. That's very, very nice. This is probably going to help me. So I'll probably need to do some fating soon because I'm down to 5 rounds. So, and where am I going to go now? I probably want to do some vanquishing. I do, so I'm going to go over here. I get to do another fate action, see if I fate him. And I do not. So, no more extra rounds get added. However, I do get a coin, which is fantastic. And I am going to go and perform a vanquish action over here. So 4 plus 1 makes 5. That does beat Sir John. So I get this one back. Little John is defeated. However, when this card is used, discard the item instead. So I don't actually lose my Rhino. So brilliant. So I've done my vanquish action, and now I want to see if I can play a card. I am going to go and I could move him away. I think I'll do that. And now I'm going to play Sheriff of Nottingham first. So that's going to cost me 3. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. And 1, 2, 3. That's it for me. I'm going to draw to my 4th card, which is gain 1 power for each hero in your realm. There's only 1 hero at this stage, but I'm about to get fated. Before I do, why don't we see how much money I've got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm halfway there. I've got 10 power. And I've got my 4 cards. And let's see how I'm going to get faded. So that is gone. And what do we have? Steal from the rich. Take 4 power from Prince John and put it on 1 hero. When the hero is defeated, the power is returned. Wow. That's so I get excited. That's going to cost me 2. Thank you. Okay. There we go. I am going to go and come over here. Get 2. 1 and 2. I am going to go and perform. I can play 2 cards here. So I'm about to vanquish him. So I'm going to gain 1 power for him being there. I would like to wait for more of them. But I'm also going to play Intimidation, which is only going to cost me 1. And what that says here is that I don't actually lose. Perform a vanquish action and do not discard the used to defeat the hero. So here we go. I'll perform that vanquish action. He is beat. First I've got to pay my 2 to get rid of the disguise, and then I get this back. There we go. That's done. He simply gets shuffled back in the deck. I gained 2 power for doing that. And when a gold arrow is played attached to a hero, it's used to defeat a hero. Excellent. And I don't actually lose him, so that actually stays where it is. However, I do need to shuffle the fate deck and put him back in there. So let's do a quick shuffle. There we go. Excellent. And I think I've played my 2 cards, haven't I? I played Intimidation and I played Gain 1 power. So now it's time to draw back to 2 cards because I don't really want to move anybody just yet. So there you go. And they are my cards. Sheriff isn't going to help me very much because now there's no heroes for him to vanquish. There we go. So I am now going to move. Got 3 more rounds to go. How many people do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I need 8 more. I'm going to go over here. Get 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Now I just need 5 more. Do I want to play a card here? No. Do I want to discard my cards? I do. I'm pretty happy with the characters I've got, so I will keep a set of trap just in case I need to vanquish somebody. And I will get rid of this guy here, since I've got this archer here that can take care of those 2 spots. And I'll keep these 2 just in case I need another power. So let's see what I get. I get Nuts, which gives +1 strength, and I've also got another Rhino Guard. So let's put these aside. Over here, I'm just going to get faded. Let's see who we got here. We're at Clever Disguise, and there's no heroes to put it on. So that worked out relatively well for me. So I need to go over here, get 2 more. And I am going to go and not play any of my characters. Bring it over here. That is gone. I'm now going to go over here to bring my total to 20. 1, 2, and 3. So I've now got my 20. And I've got 1 more round to go. Do I really want to chance it on any of these? No. However, I am going to get rid of him. He's very expensive. And now I've got a warrant card. Cute. Which is pretty awesome because I can play it over here and later if I need to. So last here, I'm just about to be faded. This is the last round. Lady Luck cannot be jailed or moved to the jail. So let's just put it here, since that's the one that's probably going to hurt me the most. But in terms of power, but it really doesn't matter where she went. I've started at my location with 20 power over here. And that is Prince John. So hopefully you've sort of learned how to play with Prince John. I didn't get to play with a lot of the characters from here that will actually load you up, but you did see, you did get to see like Little John actually sort of steal some money from me, and what they can do, and using the go jail card if you want to free up some actions, and you can sort of load people up here, hence why I kind of had my little tough guy over here ready to go. And so thank you so very much, and I think this is interesting how she can't get jailed. So little lady luck. So thank you. This has been Board Game Backers, brought to you by Liberty Guild Gaming. Thank you so very much, and I hope to see you at the table. Bye.